Today, we're looking at this ceiling light from Sokply. From here to here, it's about 12 inches, and the thickness is exactly 1 inch. Inside the box, you get the lights, of course, as well as wiring nuts, screws, and anchors to mount the whole thing. There's also an instruction manual, but I didn't bother to read just because it's so easy to install and work with. Here in the back, there's the mounting brackets. You can adjust the temperature of the LED lights. There's about 5 or 4 settings of it. Myself, I like super bright whites. I flip the switch all the way to the right hand side. If you want warm, it will be all the way to the left hand side. There's just 2 wires, neutral and hot. This steel wire is really nice to help you mount the lights, and you'll see later on. It's really nice of them to include the dip switches right here along with all of these settings. That way, if you lose the instruction manual, you can always look at it from this and make your changes accordingly. The settings are for the sensitivity detection, hold time or how long it stays on when motion is detected, the standby period, and the standby level. Lots of settings for you to play with. Oh, and here's a Samsung remote and a Sharpie for size comparison. Here are all of the settings for my dip switches for my settings. I want the sensitivity to be 25%, so that's why black is on, white is off. The dip switch for number 1 is to the on position, and number 2 is in the off position for 25%. These are the hold time as well as standby and standby level. Standby is when it no longer detects motion and it's waiting to be shut off completely. While it's waiting to be shut off completely, it will dim down to 30%, as seen by dip switch number 7 and 8. So for number 7, I got it to be on, 8 is off. Before we actually install this into the ceiling, I highly recommend that you test it first. I'm going to use a computer core that has been cut. Instead of using the included wiring nuts, I much prefer using the wiggle nuts. They're just so much easier to work with. Black to black, and we have white to white. Now we can plug it into the wall and see what happens. As soon as it gets power, it's lit up instantly by itself and then waits for motion. Alright, let's freeze for a moment to see if it can detect me or not. Now that we know it's working, we can go ahead and proceed with the installation. Before we actually work on installing the new lights, it's best that we flip the switch to the off position. In my house, we have a bunch of light switches, as you can see. That's why I 3D printed these labels. I know exactly which one is which. Installation is super simple. All you have to do is put on the base. They gave you 4 screws, but all you really need is just 2 screws. The whole fixture is super lightweight. 2 screws are more than good enough to hold everything in position. Alright, so we got the 2 Wago nuts in position. Now I'm going to use the metal wiring to hook it up into this slot right here to hold in position. And it's just as simple as connecting white to white and black to black again. I can't do it on camera just because I'm holding onto the camera, but let's see if I can do it. So connect white to white. This is really challenging, so I'm going to do it off camera. This is what it looks like after connecting the wires white to white and black to black. Try your best to hide the wires within the base and then screw it clockwise to lock everything into position. With everything installed in place, let's flip the switch back to the on position. Automatically the light comes on as before. Wait for it to sense that you are in the room, and it will turn back on. There we go. Looking good, right? Alright, hopefully you found this video helpful. I really appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel, liking this video, and thanks for watching.